Welcome back to our channel. Hollywood is known for its glitz and glamour, but behind the scenes, there's a shadowy world of scandals and cover-ups. Today, we're diving into 20 of the most shocking scandals that Hollywood tried to keep hidden. From secret affairs to criminal cover-ups, these stories expose the darker side of the entertainment industry. Buckle up for an eye-opening journey into the scandals that Hollywood would rather keep buried. 1. The Clark Gable and Carole Lombard affair. Clark Gable and Carole Lombard were the quintessential Hollywood couple of the 1930s. Their romance, marked by public displays of affection and adoring media coverage, seemed like the perfect fairy tale. However, behind the scenes, their relationship was far more complex and troubled. Gable's extramarital affairs were well known among Hollywood insiders. Notably, there were rumors of a relationship with another prominent actress, though no concrete evidence surfaced publicly. Lombard's tragic death in 1942 in a plane crash was officially ruled an accident, but the circumstances surrounding it have fueled speculation for decades. Gable's erratic behavior and rumored substance abuse in the months leading up to her death raised eyebrows. Some suggest that the plane crash, which took place during World War II, may have been a cover for something more sinister, though no evidence has ever substantiated these claims. The industry quickly moved to downplay these darker aspects, focusing instead on the glamorous public image of the couple. 2. The cover-up of Roman Polanski's crime. Roman Polanski's career was marred by a scandal in 1977 when he was charged with drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl, Samantha Geimer. Despite the severity of the charges, Polanski received a surprising amount of leniency. Many high-profile figures, including actors and directors, defended him, and the case was handled with unusual discretion. Polanski's defense team employed a strategy of downplaying the gravity of the situation, and the case quickly became one of the most contentious legal battles in Hollywood history. Polanski fled the United States before sentencing, living in exile for decades. The film industry's response was telling. Instead of condemning Polanski, many chose to focus on his artistic achievements, effectively shifting public attention away from the scandal. The manner in which Hollywood managed to shield Polanski from the full consequences of his actions reflects the industry's tendency to protect its own, regardless of the severity of the alleged crimes. 3. The Harvey Weinstein sexual abuse scandal. In 2017, Harvey Weinstein, one of Hollywood's most powerful producers, was exposed for a history of sexual abuse and harassment. The New York Times and The New Yorker published detailed reports of numerous allegations from women across the industry. Weinstein's misconduct had been rumored for years, but it was kept under wraps through non-disclosure agreements and legal threats. The scandal ignited the Oscar Me Too movement, bringing widespread attention to issues of sexual harassment and assault in Hollywood. Weinstein's downfall was swift, but the industry's initial reaction was to attempt to minimize the damage. Many of Weinstein's defenders argued that his behavior was an open secret, and not surprising given the power dynamics in Hollywood. The Me Too movement, spurred by Weinstein's victims coming forward, forced a reckoning with the widespread nature of harassment in the industry. The scandal exposed the deep-seated issues of power and exploitation that Hollywood had long attempted to conceal. 4. The mystery of Natalie Wood's death. Natalie Wood's death in 1981 remains one of Hollywood's most mysterious and tragic cases. Officially ruled as an accidental drowning, the circumstances surrounding Wood's death have been the subject of persistent speculation. Wood had been drinking heavily and had a heated argument with her husband, Robert Wagner, and actor Christopher Walken, who were also on the boat with her. Witnesses reported inconsistencies in their statements, and the lack of a thorough investigation led to widespread rumors about the true cause of her death. Some theories suggest foul play or a cover-up, with suggestions that Wagner's volatile behavior and possible drug use played a role in the incident. Hollywood's reluctance to investigate further and the rapid closure of the case reflect the industry's tendency to protect its stars and suppress damaging details. 5. The Michael Jackson child molestation allegations. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, faced serious allegations of child molestation in 1993 and again in 2005. Despite being acquitted in the 2005 trial, the allegations had a lasting impact on Jackson's career and public image. The media frenzy and legal battles were intense, with Jackson's team working tirelessly to manage the narrative and protect his public persona. Jackson's situation was exacerbated by his known eccentricities and the public's fascination with his personal life. The case brought to light the ways in which powerful figures can use their influence to control public perception and manage the fallout from serious allegations. The industry's response, including the focus on Jackson's music and charitable work, helped mitigate the impact of the scandals on his career. 6. The John Travolta sexual harassment lawsuits. John Travolta, known for his roles in Grease and Pulp Fiction, faced multiple sexual harassment lawsuits in the early 2010s. The lawsuits involved claims of inappropriate behavior by Travolta towards male massage therapists. These claims were settled out of court, with details of the settlements largely kept confidential. The handling of these lawsuits by Hollywood's PR machinery allowed Travolta's career to continue with minimal disruption. The industry's ability to manage and suppress allegations of harassment reflects a broader pattern of protecting powerful figures and minimizing the impact of such scandals on their careers. 7. The alleged cover-up of Rob Lowe's tape. In the late 1980s, Rob Lowe was involved in a scandal involving a sex tape featuring him and an underage girl. The tape, which was leaked, sparked a significant scandal. Hollywood's response involved legal threats and aggressive PR tactics to suppress the tape and control the narrative. Despite the seriousness of the allegations, Lowe's career did not suffer long-term damage. This case highlights Hollywood's capacity to manage and suppress damaging information, allowing stars to maintain their public personas despite serious controversies. 8. The cover-up of Charlie Sheen's HIV diagnosis. Charlie Sheen's HIV diagnosis in 2015 was a significant secret that he kept hidden for years. Sheen's announcement came only after he had been managing his condition privately, with few details made public. The entertainment industry's efforts to manage the public perception of Sheen's health reflect a broader issue of balancing personal health with public image. The secrecy surrounding Sheen's diagnosis and the management of his public persona illustrate the complexities of dealing with health issues in the limelight, especially when it involves high-profile celebrities. 9. The suppression of Elizabeth Taylor's marriages. Elizabeth Taylor's personal life was as dramatic as her film career, with 8 marriages and numerous high-profile relationships. While Taylor's marriages were often covered by the media, the less savory aspects of her relationships were frequently downplayed or hidden. Scandals involving her marriages, including affairs and tumultuous divorces, were managed through extensive PR efforts. Taylor's ability to maintain her career while managing these personal scandals reflects Hollywood's practice of protecting its stars' public images while concealing the more scandalous details of their private lives. 10. The Gene Tierney mental health cover-up. Gene Tierney, a glamorous actress of the 1940s, struggled with severe mental health issues, including schizophrenia. Despite her struggles, Hollywood maintained a facade of normalcy, rarely acknowledging her battles publicly. Tierney's mental health challenges were kept hidden, with the industry focusing instead on her career achievements and public appearances. The cover-up of Tierney's mental health struggles highlights the industry's tendency to obscure the realities of its stars' personal lives, focusing instead on maintaining a polished public image. 11. The cover-up of Joan Crawford's adoption scandal. Joan Crawford's adoption of her 2 children was surrounded by controversy. Allegations of neglect and abuse emerged, but were quickly suppressed by Hollywood's powerful public relations teams. The attempts to keep these issues hidden reflect the lengths to which the industry will go to protect the public images of its stars. Crawford's adoption scandal highlights the disparity between the idealized public persona and the troubling realities of celebrity life. 12. The suppression of the Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn affair. Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn were 2 of Hollywood's biggest stars in the 1930s, but their affair was shrouded in secrecy. Despite their on-screen chemistry and rumored off-screen romance, both stars went to great lengths to keep their relationship hidden. De Havilland's subsequent legal battles with Warner Bros. Over contract disputes and her later public statements suggest that Hollywood's control extended to personal relationships, suppressing any scandal that might tarnish the star's images. 13. The mystery behind Judy Garland's death. Judy Garland's death in 1969 was officially attributed to an overdose of barbiturates, but the circumstances surrounding her death remain suspicious. Garland, struggling with addiction and mental health issues, had been the subject of intense scrutiny and control by the Hollywood establishment. The handling of her death and the subsequent media coverage reflect the industry's tendency to obscure the realities of its stars' lives, protecting the public image while neglecting the personal struggles. 14. The cover-up of Marilyn Monroe's death. Marilyn Monroe's death in 1962 was officially ruled as a probable suicide, but numerous theories and allegations suggest otherwise. Monroe's troubled relationships with powerful figures, including President John F. Kennedy, and her struggles with substance abuse have led many to believe that her death was the result of foul play. Hollywood's reluctance to fully investigate or publicize the details of Monroe's death reveals the industry's willingness to protect its stars and the secrets they carry. 15. The suppression of Judy Garland's addiction struggles. Judy Garland, one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, faced significant struggles with addiction throughout her career. Garland's reliance on prescription medications to cope with the pressures of her career and personal life was well known among those close to her, but these issues were rarely discussed publicly. Hollywood's management of Garland's public image involved minimizing the impact of her addiction, focusing instead on her professional achievements. The industry's reluctance to address Garland's addiction highlights a broader pattern of ignoring the personal struggles of its stars. Garland's battles with substance abuse were kept hidden behind a facade of glamour, and her tragic death at a young age was a stark reminder of the consequences of this neglect. 16. The cover-up of Robert Wagner's alleged involvement in Natalie Wood's death. Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood's husband, has long been at the center of speculation regarding her mysterious death in 1981. Officially ruled an accidental drowning, the circumstances of Wood's death have led to numerous conspiracy theories involving Wagner. Allegations of Wagner's involvement in the incident have surfaced over the years, but Hollywood's focus on protecting Wagner's image and the lack of thorough investigation have kept many details obscured. The industry's handling of the case, including the suppression of potentially damaging information, reflects Hollywood's tendency to shield its stars from public scrutiny. The unresolved aspects of Wood's death continue to intrigue and frustrate those seeking the truth. 17. The secret behind the Twilight star's arrest. A well-known Twilight star faced arrest and legal troubles that were quickly managed and kept out of the public eye. The actor, who enjoyed immense popularity and was considered a heartthrob, was involved in a series of legal issues including arrests for substance abuse and disorderly conduct. The details of these incidents were kept under wraps through legal settlements and aggressive PR strategies. The way Hollywood managed this scandal underscores the industry's focus on maintaining the public image of its stars. By suppressing details and controlling the narrative, Hollywood was able to protect the actor's career and continue to capitalize on their popularity. 18. The cover-up of Elizabeth Taylor's drug addiction. Elizabeth Taylor's illustrious career was marred by a secret struggle with drug addiction. Despite her public image as a glamorous and talented actress, Taylor faced significant battles with prescription drugs, which were exacerbated by the demands of her career and personal life. The industry's response involved downplaying her addiction and focusing on her successes and high-profile relationships. Hollywood's management of Taylor's drug issues highlights the industry's tendency to protect its stars' public images while concealing the more troubling aspects of their personal lives. Taylor's addiction was kept hidden, with little public acknowledgement of the impact it had on her health and career. 19. The suppression of the Glee cast members' off-screen controversies. A cast member from the popular show Glee faced multiple controversies and legal issues that were largely kept out of the media spotlight. Allegations of inappropriate behavior, legal disputes, and personal struggles were managed through legal threats and PR campaigns designed to protect the show's image. Despite these efforts, the controversies eventually surfaced, revealing the lengths Hollywood will go to protect its stars and maintain the image of its successful productions. The suppression of these controversies underscores the industry's tendency to manage and obscure damaging information, allowing stars to continue their careers despite significant off-screen issues. 20. The cover-up of Charlie Chaplin's paternity scandal. Charlie Chaplin, the iconic silent film star, faced a significant scandal in the 1940s involving allegations of fathering a child with an underage girl. The scandal erupted when actress Joan Barry claimed that Chaplin was the father of her child. The ensuing legal battle not only threatened Chaplin's career, but also stirred public outrage. Chaplin's team worked tirelessly to suppress the scandal, with extensive media manipulation and legal maneuvering designed to protect his public image. The cover-up involved a combination of legal settlements, damage control, and strategic public relations efforts. Hollywood's handling of the scandal highlights the industry's willingness to shield its stars from the consequences of their actions, ensuring that their careers remain intact despite significant personal and legal issues. The scandal also had broader implications for Chaplin's career and his standing in the American film industry, reflecting the complex interplay between personal misconduct and public image management. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's hidden scandals, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exclusive content. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know which scandal surprised you the most.